What's good, everybody? Welcome back to S&K Unlimited. We back with another body cam video. This one right here. Hey, we haven't seen it yet. You can tell by the title, it's going to be interesting. Shout out to Law and Crime Bodycam for this video. Let's just get into it.
In Henderson, Nevada, a city just outside of Las Vegas, where a simple welfare check is about to reveal a horrifying secret.
Jeffrey? Sorry to wake you up, bud. What time did you go to bed?
About 2, 3 times you go to bed.
This morning?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not horrible. You got some sleep.
Yeah.
Even though the kids might have kept you awake some.
Yeah.
So I'm just here because they asked me to be here.
Okay.
Based on the situation, the kids haven't been in school. One of them is being homeschooled for the number of days that they haven't been in school.
Yeah.
So they got a few questions based on what they need to do as a school representative for truancy, okay?
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It sounds like you got some challenges here at the house. Your wife and you have different, schedules to probably try to handle the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's great. It sounds like you're trying the hardest you can to make the situation work, right? So, but they still have a job to do based on, their policies and.
Students, yes. We're just checking because they haven't been at school. He's not in school today, and
Yeah.
I think he hasn't been at school. They're supposed to be in Nevada Learning Academy, but they haven't been, enrolled. So we're just concerned to see. We just want to check that they're all okay.
Yeah.
So that I can move them
Sound
back to
just
school.
Yeah.
What concerned me was that I heard the banging, and he said, "Let me out, open the door." He thought I was police. He's like, "Police, let me out." So, but then when I asked if he's okay, he stayed quiet. So I just want to make sure that I can see that he's okay.
Oh, yeah, he's okay.
And a kid like that, it makes sense that they would say, "Let me out."
Police identify the man seen here as 41-year-old Jeffrey Scanlon, a father of 4 who eventually answered the door after a school truancy officer came to the family's home over some of the kids' repeated absences. But after initially knocking several times with no answer, the school official called police when they say they heard screaming and banging from inside the home.
Because I'm sure you have, like child kind of like.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I come in?
Yeah. He's a big kid.
I can come in?
Yes.
Okay.
He's half Samoan, so he's a big kid.
Oh yeah,
He's
probably got
autistic.
some meat to him.
Oh, yeah.
Once inside, police catch an alarming sight. A metal cage-like structure built right into the living room with an 11-year-old child trapped inside. But that's not all. Officers reportedly observed feces smeared on the floors and walls along with piles of trash scattered around the room. Jeffrey is quick to offer up an explanation.
So,
Hey, buddy.
we had to do this because it keeps him from kicking holes everywhere in the house.
Does he have like, he doesn't hit his head on the walls or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
He said poopy?
How about the other children then that are supposed to be in school?
Yeah, they're upstairs.
Are you able to get them down here?
Yeah.
Hey, Sarge.
The officers check to make sure the other kids are alive and well before another investigator arrives with more questions about the child in the enclosure.
Okay, my little mid-break. I can look at the daddy and tell something wrong with him himself. You can look at his eyes. He got like wild eyes.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I was like, man,
He's something going on with him himself going on right there, man. And is that the daddy? That's the daddy.
think so.
I can just tell. Like, either he just woke up, he got that look like like that wild like drug look or kind of like off look.
Yeah.
We be honest on this channel. Yeah, what we seeing.
I don't know what to say at this point.
I don't know what to say at this point either, man. Just
we keep seeing this over and over and over.
Yeah.
We have to talk about it for real. I think.
yeah. Let's get into it, man. Let's get back into it.
Is this set up for him?
Yeah.
Says he's part Samoan.
Yeah, half Samoan kids. He's
Very strong.
He just turned 11, but he's super strong. Yeah, I mean, he's ripped off cabinets, kicked holes. His room upstairs, he kicked a hole all the way through into my bedroom.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
So to keep him from destroying the house, we try to keep him in here.
He doesn't know how to unlock?
No. Wow. Well, on this one, we had to tie this up, and And then
okay.
on the other door, we have a key lock.
Okay.
So.
Because, yeah, I mean, some of them are very observant. And
dude,
smart in ways that we don't expect sometimes.
Oh, they're so sharp. Him and my daughter, they're both autistic.
So my concern as a safety officer is what happens in case of a fire.
That can be cut right there. It's just tied up. So that door opens right up. And the other one has a lock key.
So he could open it and yank it?
The other one.
No, it's just tied up right now. It's just tied up.
Right.
But, I mean, technically,
Okay.
it opens right up.
Okay.
Yeah, they were concerned about that when they installed it.
Yeah. And that's what we're looking for is the safety of the situation. Did you want to go up and get the kids so we can?
Jeffrey explains he has 2 children living with autism, but keeps only the older 11-year-old boy behind bars due to his strength and alleged destructive tendencies.
Dang.
Seconds later, the father of 4 offers up an explanation for the kids' absences.
They've been sick for about the last couple of days.
We're good. She doesn't need to come all the way down. Or do you have questions? Or
No, we just
Okay.
want to know what
Yeah, they've had the flu for about all of last week. It started with him, and they were throwing up, and she caught it, he caught it, whole house got it, except
Okay.
for me, so.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that wasn't related to the school though, that they had the flu. Okay. So communications. Communication is huge, all right?
All right.
So no matter what, call the school, because I've even had like casinos call us to check on employees.
Okay.
Casinos, adults, check on their adults.
Yeah.
Because the adults didn't call in sick or this or that, and it's been 2 days. So we even have, big corporations calling on adults, employees to make sure they're okay.
Okay.
So big thing is communication. Call the school, say, hey, she's not feeling well, stomach flu.
Okay.
Be out for 1 day, maybe 5 days or whatever. Same with whatever other children. So that way they have an understanding what's taking place.
Jeffrey tells police the family has been sick with the flu, but that doesn't
okay.
get him off the hook so easily.
Yeah, when we were knocking, we were like, well, maybe they both share a car and go to work together or something, So.
Yeah, I was passed out and didn't know if it was just.
Right, pounding or not.
Yeah.
And so his speech isn't very good right now, right?
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
When he was first born, I mean, he didn't actually start talking until he was about 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
We thought he was just going to be nonverbal for his whole life.
Yeah.
But, he's been going to school, and basically all his verbal skills are basically just what he wants and then what he copies and hears off of the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, because I tried to communicate with him through the window, through the plywood, just to make sure he was good. I'm like, hey, are you okay? Everything good? Because he was boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And of course, the way it sounds because of his size, I mean, it sounded horrible.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, he's not screaming like he's in pain or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I don't see any cause to be concerned in that aspect because he's yelling.
Yeah.
Because some kids on the spectrum, that's what they do.
Yeah.
I just like as long as he's if he's using his head like some of them do, as long as he has a helmet or something like that,
He loves using his feet to kick.
Doesn't look like he's got any injuries or anything like that, so that's good.
Yeah, we've had to, all this plywood we've had to put up just so he doesn't break windows.
Yeah, I noticed the one window was broke.
Yeah.
I mean, that made sense when I seen it. I'm like,
Moments later, the officers step outside to discuss the situation.
Find out how long they've been here,
Okay.
how long the kids have been, how long it's been like this.
Okay.
Does he know the bureau's coming out?
No, I didn't say nothing.
Okay. I was about to start yelling in there, and so I walked out and took a couple deep breaths.
Yeah, I was trying to play cool and keep him talking.
Once I told him the truancy, I'm like, right now I'm leaving the kid right there because I don't need to have to wrestle an 11-year-old autistic kid now.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for everything.
Yeah, I mean, the kid is that for me?
No, that's 211.
Oh. They said, because it's been about an hour.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah. Unit score 4.
But, so it's just when the detectives come here, we have everything set up so we can talk to them. Or I can talk to them as long as we have people in there.
While waiting for detectives to arrive, the officer calls CPS to give them a rundown of what's going on.
So the situation is we're gonna need somebody out en route here. So we got our SVU on the way. Their most autistic child, whose name is basically caged into the downstairs living area. And when I say caged.
Wow.
He's naked. There's feces around. It's extremely messy in the area, and windows are boarded up.
Dang.
So when our SVU gets here, I don't know what children may need to go with you guys, but this is extremely autistic, very strong young boy, because he tears apart the house. He's teared cupboards off the wall and stuff like that. He's just strong and very destructive as a child, with his level of autism. He doesn't have. I'm surprised he doesn't have a helmet on. So he's not banging his head against things. But like he was pounding on the plywood that's over top of the windows, and it was. I mean, you could hear it from the street. I mean, just thuds, 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 thuds. But when I was trying to ask him his name and stuff, he couldn't. He's not cognitively able to answer questions. So with that, I mean, he's been out of school for a while, I guess, and I mean, I could understand why in a sense. You'd almost have to have a specialist come into the house and meet with him. They've been sick though too. It looks, I don't see that, it doesn't appear that the kids look sick right now, but there was some sickness going around last week, like throwing up, flu kind of stuff.
I know we used to talk to the end of the video, but I just want to say a quick little thing real quick. Like, what do you do
I'm sitting here thinking that.
in this situation? Like, without being insensitive,
Right.
what, we can look at it from one way. We can look at it for another. I think we need to talk about this at the end of the video.
I'm just holding.
Yeah.
peace.
Because it's something I want to say, but I don't.
Yes.
We got to see the rest of the video. Let's just get back into it, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All 4 children are in the home, so all the walls are open, but across the main entrance into the room that he's in, it's like a metal fencing that goes from the floor to the ceiling, like a bar, metal black bars you would see probably like as a fence to go into the backyard or something like that. In a sense, yeah. I mean, it's not, shabby looking. It looks like they had it installed semi-professionally or something. I mean, it's put in there well. It's just, it's a cage. I didn't see a bed. I see like a couch kind of thing. So he's probably sleeping on the couch. Well, without going in there and testing it, it looks like there's some on the walls and possibly on the floor. It doesn't look like he has direct access to a restroom.
Dang.
We haven't gone into the caged area. SVU, when they get out here, I'm sure they're going to go through that whole thing.
Next, the children's mom arrives when officers get a chance to confront her for the first time. Let's see how that goes.
Hey, you Misty? Hey, so we got called here. My name is Officer Bovey. We got called here because the Clark County School District truancy officers were tasked to come out here to try to make contact, make sure the kids are okay. All right? So that's why we came out here, was to assist them. Based on them not making contact, they could hear some screaming from the inside. So that's where we went ahead and they called us to assist and try to figure out what the situation was, okay? So we came here, and their job was to make sure that the kids were okay because they haven't been in school, right? And nobody's been calling the school to give the updates. So they weren't aware that the children were sick. So your husband, we're talking to him right now, he informed us that they were sick, and that was one reason why they were out of school. But there was also concerns based on, we heard the yelling from the inside, the pounding on the inside. What's the real situation?
Police identify the woman seen here as 46-year-old Misty Scanlon, who's about to face some questioning of her own.
Does that make sense? So that brought up, yeah, we see that, we understand that, and we know that's a challenge. So based on that, going in there, talking, your husband was asleep, so it was hard to get him up. He finally came to the door, so we were talking to him, trying to understand the whole situation of everything. Does that make sense? So based on that, we're here now. We're going to be sticking around for a little bit. We got a few more questions to ask and go from there. Does that make sense? Did you leave work early? All right. Well, thanks for coming out early. You have some questions, sir?
What we're doing is, just so you know, and I was letting your husband know, the school, the truancy, whatever that is, that's a concern of ours, right? And then obviously the condition of the house, you come in, I see kids things everywhere, right? It's a concern of ours. So right now what we're waiting for, one of our detectives is going to come down, we'll talk to you guys, make sure that everything's good. If everything's good, then we're going to get out of your hair, and then we'll go from there, okay? But obviously when we open a door, you see a cage and a kid and things everywhere, disarray, it concerns us. So that's what we're going to figure out. That way you're not like, hey, what are they doing? We're here, we're waiting on the detective. They'll talk to you. We'll do an interview. As soon as the interview's done, we'll figure out where we go from there. Does that make sense?
Hey, real quick, no weapons in your purse or in the house or anything like that? Where are they at?
They're put away.
Put away where?
There might be some
In the garage? They're not upstairs or anything?
we have some upstairs.
Were they in the master bedroom? Okay. So the boys share these rooms up here, right? All right, they don't have access to that right now? Okay.
Are they in a safe or are they in something that they can't get access to?
In the garage.
They're in our room. We always
It's in your room?
Okay.
Your room's locked? All right. Let's stay out of your room for now until the detectives get here and we'll go from there. We're going to let Callahan know not to let everybody go through.
Come on in.
Ready to see this cage.
So,
They're not showing enough.
sorry, it's a little warm up there.
Now, back inside the home, investigators have a few words of advice for the suspects.
Now that your wife's here and stuff like that, there's going to be a little bit more movement. Just want to make sure there wasn't any weapons.
Dang.
She mentioned about some
That was
shotguns
him.
upstairs,
That
so we
was
just
him.
asked that nobody go upstairs into the bedroom. Okay. So, yeah, the double doors, we don't want anybody to go up there. There's just shotguns that aren't necessarily, they're not the gun safe, right? They're just secured up there. So, that way, it's just a safety thing that we have to go through. So,
Dang.
Oh my goodness.
when did you have this installed then?
A few years ago. It was probably 6 years ago.
Oh, wow, okay. So he was strong at a young age.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Please, buddy. That's just part of his stimming. He just.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know.
That's yeah, I get it. So we actually have, the good thing about this is we can start a conversation and stuff. We have a team right now. They're called Crisis Response Team. And their main goal is to help people like this in this situation, having these challenges and things like that, no matter what the age is. Because they're, from kids all the way up to, 80-year-olds, So when we, and they also help with like suicidal people as well. But they come and help and provide resources. Try to help out, find a program, a plan, things that can help out the family. Because I know he's grown up with it, you've grown up with him and stuff in this realm.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get stuck in the same patterns and don't realize, all of a sudden 2 years later, there's more resources out there, but you haven't looked for resources for 2 years. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there might be more resources out there that you're not even aware of.
Okay.
I know sometimes the schools are very good at helping with resources as well. But they have their protocols or people they work with, and we're kind of independent in a sense that our team, it's a newer team, so it's probably why you haven't heard of it, but they're newer at dealing with these situations, or not with these situations, dealing with helping people. So, but they're able, because they're new, they're grabbing all this information everywhere they can come from. And
I keep on looking at him because I see fear in his eye. He looking over like.
And he's waiting for that shoe to drop. Like, what y'all gonna do? Cause y'all just standing here just saying all this
or something.
Like,
He keep looking over like he's scared himself in that house,
Yeah.
man. Oh my goodness, man.
And
I guess
one
he
of the
got
main
big
officers has an adult
It
child
sound like
that's
an
on the
elephant
spectrum.
banging on a wall.
And so he knows exactly what it's like. between the different triggers and things like that. And they might grow out of a trigger and develop another trigger, so they're a really good team that understand the situation and could help you with additional tools. Okay. That makes sense.
The officer keeps the suspects talking before reinforcements arrive to speak with the child in the enclosure, who doesn't appear to be happy with the situation.
Oh, man.
Hey, the bubble guppies? Oh, the gate opened. You have beautiful voice. I love to hear you talk. Can you tell me something else? The gate open soon? Yes? Yes. Would that make you happy? Yes. Oh, I can't wait to make you happy, buddy.
Gate open!
Dang.
Hello? Gate open! I know you want the gate open, baby. We're working on that right now, okay?
Okay.
The master bedroom is up there, right at the very top of the stairs to the left, and there's shotguns in there. So, if by chance I don't catch it,
We're working on the gate right now, sweetheart.
Here we can see inside the room, with boarded up windows and what investigators said is feces and trash. Let's continue.
Hey, can we talk about the words you know? Yeah, the words you know. You like the gate open? Why, do you like the gate open?
Yes!
Oh. Do you like to be back here?
Go back here.
Here, in this room. Do you like this room?
Dang, that's a big deal.
Yes.
Hey, buddy. Do you like
11.
this room? Or do you... Out? Yeah.
He's about the size of a 15 or 16-year-old.
Yes.
You want the gate open? You like the gate open? Yeah. Soon. See you real soon. So what? Guess what? Guess what? Soon, gate open. Yeah, soon, gate open. Yeah, soon.
Soon enough, emergency services arrive and grant the 11-year-old's request.
Remember when we talked about gate open? Gate open! Gate open, that's right, bud. Gate open. Soon. Gate open soon.
You guys ready?
Okay, we're ready, sir.
They're contained, right?
Yes.
Heads that way.
A bed!
Yeah, a bed. We're gonna open gate and go bed. Open gate, sit bed. Open gate, sit bed. Open gate, sit bed.
Battery level is low.
We'll just wait. Hold on, just wait 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I can tie it. Whoa, boy. Ready?
Going to the bed.
Yay! Here we go. Right to the bed.
Officers open the gate and secure the child safely onto a stretcher to be evaluated.
There's Teddy. We got the teddy bear.
Oh, God.
So we just have somebody stay next to him too, just so that they reach over.
Yeah, we're gonna. If it's cool, we'll both go in the back with you guys. Cool.
Play.
Jeffrey and Misty Scanlon were arrested and each booked for 1 count of child abuse and neglect. The couple later pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor child neglect charge and were each sentenced to 1 year of probation.
Oh my goodness, man.
Okay, let's talk about
this. We gotta talk about this, man. I gotta say, like I was gonna say when I paused the video earlier, I gotta say, what do you do?
Yes.
You know, I know it's wrong. Nobody should be in prison, especially a child. But, you know, I know you got to be careful when you say certain things because nobody wants their child to be abused.
Right.
Nobody. But at the same time, I know it's a parent that sits home with a child with autism or on the spectrum, as they say, and they just get frustrated because they don't know what to do.
Right.
Let's be real here. Sometimes you just don't know, and that's a big guy.
Yes.
He was tearing the house up. What do you do?
Right. It's 2025.
Mm-hmm.
We have advances in cars that can drive themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We have apps where you can have food delivered to your house. We have where you can talk to a computer and it does basic needs like turn on the radio, cut off a light,
right,
turn on the TV. Parents should have that much accessibility to help. The man said at the end, the police officer said, we have a crisis center type thing or whatever he said, whatever he called it. You already know these people have autistic kids. They go to public school because that's why the truancy officer is there.
Right.
Why haven't you given them the help if they have a child in the public school that is autistic?
Right, I know what you're saying.
They're probably tired of having to put their child through, probably have to get up at 5 a.m. to get them fed, get them clothed, get them ate. That's a regular child. Imagine somebody who can't talk, who may not be able to understand you. You have to go through that whole process of getting them dressed, getting them washed, getting them fed, and all of that, and they probably can't feed themselves properly. It's a whole thing.
Yes.
I know they're frustrated.
Yeah.
This is not regular neglect. Now, that's probably why they got 1 year probation.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
It's
that's
like,
probably why.
You have to enforce the law because you don't want people doing this.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, come on. He's not like not being taken care of.
Right.
As some of the other parents that you've seen, like feces with, with maggots and all that. There, obviously you can tell somebody go in there sometime and clean up, you know. There's no excuse for it. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But I can totally understand.
Yeah.
I've worked with people with autistic kids. I've worked with places where kids are autistic.
Right. Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yes.
Even there was a young girl, she was one of my favorites. But people gave her to me because they couldn't handle her. And she only listened to me because I was in charge of the game room where she could go in and play games.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't listen to anybody else. So I couldn't imagine being at home with her. And she also had a sister who was autistic every day. Those are just girls. Imagine a 11-year-old boy who's
big
already 200-something pounds.
Yeah, that's a big dude.
Your ass would be in the cage. I'm sorry. I don't say I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying I can understand. Yeah. But I mean, this is crazy that you would wait until they have to break the laws in order to get them help. I just find that so bizarre.
I do too. It's some things, like I said, we fair on this channel.
Yeah.
If the people wrong, the suspects wrong, we gonna say it. The cops wrong, we gonna say it. The law wrong, we feel that the law is wrong. We gonna be honest.
Right.
I just feel like, man, that's why they only got 1 year probation, because it wasn't really a super neglect thing.
Right.
This man was scared. I saw his eyes. He's like, and he big guy himself. He's looking around like.
I know they were just wondering, well, when's this something gonna happen? When's somebody gonna find out?
Yeah.
They got the cage in years ago, so that like, how long we gonna be able to,
And listen, we look kids and old people, two things that I'm sympathetic about.
Yes.
On this one, y'all, I kind of understand the parents.
Yes.
On this one.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's right.
No.
But put yourself in their shoes.
Yes.
Stop. For the ones who have normal kids, that's why you said, well, I would never do that to my kids. Put yourself with somebody dealing with somebody autistic.
Yes.
Imagine the bad days you had with the normal kids.
Right.
That's times 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody who can't verbally talk. Who can't listen to simple instructions. Who has superhuman strength almost. Yeah.
That's Credible Hulk running there.
Try to come up. Exactly.
That's the Hulk running.
You're going to try to come up with some ways. Yes.
Those some big dudes,
Samoans are naturally bigger humans.
And strong.
Like, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, most definitely.
Wow.
And I on this one right here, it's like a 10%.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it's 10% neglect, and 90% they don't know what to do, man. It's frustrating them, man. That's my take. I want to know what y'all think.
I'm at the point where I'm still trying to figure out, like, when are we going to make this as the norm, that we've got all of these kids and that parents don't know how to deal with. The last 4 or 5 videos we did like this, that's what happens. It's the autistic kids that they're not, they don't know how to cope.
Right.
They don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
And this has got to be something bigger that we're paying attention to, or everybody's going to be going to jail for neglecting their kids,
right?
Because they don't know how to handle it.
Right.
You can't take them to hospitals anymore to get help, because when the society, economic, anything or whatever becomes the norm, it's no longer a crisis.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, in the 80s, when kids were starting to have some of these problems, it was take them to health facility, take them to a sane asylum, take them to a clinic.
Yeah.
Now it's the norm.
Yeah.
They go to public schools now.
Yeah.
They go to a doctor and get out. Oh, they just have a bit of autism.
Yeah.
A bit of autism. Something ain't right.
Yeah.
Nothing's being done, and now parents are having to deal with everything on their own.
Right. And then if they do something more drastic,
right,
they ready to put them in jail for life.
Yep.
And they reaching out, man. We frustrated over here. This is the third video when I can tell the parents is frustrated.
Yes.
I know somebody in the comments understand where we come from.
Let me just say this, and then I'll be done. I know someone that lives next door to a person that has an autism. Actually, she lives across the street from one, and she lives next door to one. So she can attest that it's not easy. The people that live next door to her, this boy is an adult now. He's probably 22. I came in contact with him, working with him a couple times. He was 18 then. He was already 6 foot something. Dang. Before he was 18. He's now 20 something. He's broken out of windows. He's running down the street naked at night. He cannot talk. Can you imagine him getting mixed up in the middle of the night and going to the wrong house?
Yes.
What could happen?
Yeah.
These are the frustrations that parents deal with.
Yeah.
We can sit in our houses, we can sit behind computers, and we can judge, and we can tell other people, it's just this. If you never come in contact with these people who have autistic kids and you've never heard parents' stories, don't sit your ass behind those cameras and judge these parents for doing sometimes radical or extreme things.
Right.
They're at their wits' end. They have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
The lady that lives in this house, her house is boarded up. The window, I thought she moved. She hasn't moved. She can't put the windows back in because her son keeps breaking out the windows to escape.
Dang.
Now, I don't know what their living situation is. The house is nasty on the outside. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I don't know what it is like, and I believe the actual person that owns the house is just like throw his hands up with
probably
repairing anything, because the son has destroyed the house. But I'll just say, don't sit back and judge until you've been in these parents' situations.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have to agree with that, man. We always can talk when we don't go through nothing.
Exactly.
But when it affects us, we're like, I understand. That's all I really got to say about that.
Yeah.
Man, hey, we hope you enjoyed this one. This one right here, I really enjoy it. I love talking about these things.
Yeah, and we need this to kind of relate to one another.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get to see this.
Right.
So when you watch stuff like this, please think of it in a sense of we're trying to relate to other humans, other lifestyles, and just hold your judgment sometimes. Yeah.
Hey, you said it best.
Yeah.
I like that. That's perfect. Hey, thank y'all for the love and support on this channel. We love the comments. I'm waiting on the comments on this. Because I'm going to be in there. I got to see what y'all say on this end right here. Thank y'all for the love and support on this channel. Hey, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel because we got plenty more videos coming. All right. This is SNK Unlimited, and we're out.